This is the Hartwood Legend Revival TR in Teal Burst. Let's check it out. All right, before we get going, a huge thanks to Gear for Music for sponsoring the video and sending over the guitar from the UK. If you didn't know, Gear for Music is an online guitar retailer, music gear in the UK, and they have warehouses all over Europe. And so I'm in Canada, so why is a guy from Canada doing stuff from Europe? Well, a lot of my audience is from the UK and Europe, so there you go. That's the answer. And Gear for Music has an in-brand, in-store, in-stock. They have an in-house, that's what I'm trying to say. They have a brand called Hartwood, and this is their Hartwood brand. And that's what we'll be checking out today. We're gonna deep dive this guitar, clearly an ES 335 inspired model with a trem system. Hey, relax. So let's deep dive all the specs. I'll play through it. I'll tell you what I think about it. I unboxed it. I'll give you my first impressions as well as my longer term impressions. I've been playing it for a little while. And let's go. Initial impressions, I made some notes. I wrote them down when I took it out of the box because I can't remember stuff. I forget what you had for breakfast tomorrow if I didn't write it down. Initial impressions, pulled it out of the box. The trem spring, so it's got this tremolo system. It's like a Bigsby inspired system. It's not Bigsby, it's an H. It says H right on it. I've only played one other Bigsby, so this is my second time trying a system like this. This spring was not installed, and the strings were detuned, like it was tuned down a lot, so I think that was for shipping reasons, right? So just had to pop the spring in there, tune it up, and it was okay. It's a semi-hollow, so the weight is good. I've played some semi-hollows that are heavy though. This one is fine, and we'll get into the actual specs and measurements and all that stuff a little bit later. Setup was good out of the box. Like I said, I put the spring in, tuned it up, and I didn't have to adjust the action at all. It's actually pretty good, at least to my liking. It's not buzzing out, and I'm not super picky. I don't like high action, like really high action. This is pretty low or good for what I like. I plugged it into a couple amps in the back of the room here just to try it out. I always take a guitar out and I make sure it's working first of all before I start a demo, because I'm like, that would suck if it's not working. I describe the pickups as kind of woolly and muddy in terms of stuff that I'm used to, and that's the best description I can give it. It feels like an Epiphone build quality, so, but it's got I'd say a thicker neck than what's on an Epiphone. Let's get into the actual specs, detailed specs. So let's pop the screen specs, pop the specs, I need more coffee. Let's pop the specs on screen. That's what I'm trying to say. You can follow along, make notes, write this stuff down. People love specs and things. Look at that though. Isn't that nice? It's very glossy, so it's kind of capturing all the lights and screens behind me, but that's pretty much what it looks like. I'm looking on my camera here. It's teal. It's a very bluish color. Some of my cameras, I took a photo with, I think, my iPhone, and it made it kind of greenish. But I'd say it's more bluish, which is the bestest-ish. Okay, let's start with the body and what it's made out of. It's made out of basswood. I don't know what that was. Got a binding, 1-ply cream binding all along the guitar. I'll just show some close-ups, and I'll break it when I'm hitting it. It's the kind of, the fit and finish are fine. They look good. I've seen better, I've seen worse. And when I say that, I just mean like little like things like that, if you can see that. But I've seen that on Gibsons before. So anyways, everything's clean and finished nicely. Okay, I said I was going to talk about specs. It's a gloss lacquer, which I mentioned. Teal burst, which is very blue. It's got parallel tone bars for the bracing. I don't know anything about guitar construction when it comes to acoustics or anything like that, so it's got to be something about in there. It's got a floating bridge that's adjustable right here. It's got these rollers on it that I've never seen before. Never seen that kind before. Again, I'm more in the Fender world usually, so this is more in like the Gibson Epiphone world if we're doing comparisons like that. We've got a maple C-shaped neck. You can really tell. They call it a thermally treated maple laminate fretboard, fingerboard. It's interesting, right? I would assume it's like mahogany and rosewood. That's what I would have thought. But no, I'm just reading the specs. 25-inch scale length, 22 jumbo frets, nicely polished, like really nice. Fret ends are really super clean. And yeah, you won't need to do any polishing like you do sometimes on lower end guitars. When I say lower end, I mean like budget priced guitars, which this falls in because that's what it is. Bone nut, pearl, white block inlays. And I think that covers that. The pickups, they just call them vintage style humbuckers. 3-way switch, move this out of the way like that. 3-way switch, 2, 3. And then 1 volume, 1 tone for each pickup, and then it's a push-pull. So it's going to be a coil tap or a coil split. And we'll hear that when we hear the tones. Got your scratch guard here. 2-ply? Is it 3-ply? Black scratch guard with Hartwood logo. So that's the little logo there, the H. That's what the H stands for. 10 to 46 strings. Oh, they put the weight on here. I actually measured it too. They say 3.5 kilograms, but when I bring it up on the scale, let's see if that equals, it was like just over 7 pounds. I'm not going to measure the neck, all the specs on that, because they did it for me. So I'm going to put that up on screen. If you really want to know what the neck is like, it's a C shape, it's thick, it's not 50s thick, but it's not 60s thin. So it's kind of like, it feels sort of in between, at least with my, for my hands. That's the one thing over YouTube and the internet you can't really have somebody do is feel it, right? I can just describe it how I like things and stuff and things, So internet, what's the internet? And I did mention this is like a Bigsby style trem system. It feels tight, and I don't know if that's a spring type. Again, I'm not a Bigsby person normally. I think it definitely suits this guitar. Like this guitar is kind of flashy, and it works with it. I've never had a Telly, for example, back there, like a Telly with the Bigsby. I don't know if I like that. I would have to try one out someday. But anyways, more about this guitar. Turning it around here. Let's play through all the different pickup configurations and the settings and hear what it can do. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mentioned the weight. It says 3.5 kilograms on the site. When I actually weighed it, it was hard to weigh only because of this curve and the food scale that I have from Canadian Tire. It's not for weighing guitars, but that's what I do because sometimes you have to eat your guitars. I don't know. When I balanced it on there finally, it was like, well, you're seeing it right now. Why am I talking? You got visuals. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. A video is worth 10 trillion words. Don't quote me on that. Leave a comment and quote me on that so everybody knows. Okay, what was the other thing? Oh, the pickup resistance. You're seeing that on screen right now too. I plug in a cable and I take a multimeter or a multimeter or a multimeter, and I measure the pickup resistance. And some people have said, actually nobody said it. I say this. They're like, what do you measure that for? I'm like, just in case. That's all. In case. I don't know what that means. Okay, you've heard it a bunch. You've seen all the stuff. You've learned about the specs. Let's talk about pros and cons, which I've just made a list of. And it's just like good and bad. And I just lay it all out. And then you can decide, hey, that guitar looks like a guitar. It's a guitar. I want that guitar because Landon said things about it. That's what we do. I think it looks good. Do you agree or disagree? You can let me know. I didn't open up the, obviously you can't open this one up. The pots, I was going to comment on the pots. They feel good. They feel fine. They might be mini pots. I can't really tell. I tried to look with, I have like this camera to look inside, and I couldn't tell. They're not the tiny pots, as far as I can tell. But they could be. I just couldn't tell. It's all clean inside. I looked inside. It looks nice. Yeah, so fit and finish, pretty nice. Actually, a lot of this is going to be a repeat of my first impressions, I think. But the action setup was really good out of the box. The frets, really nice fret job. And that's pretty common on guitars these days. On so many guitars, I think that's something that a lot of companies are focusing on more, especially in the budget realm of guitars. They're like rounded and smooth, and you wouldn't even need to do anything when you get it. You just play it. Now you can let me know. I thought the pickup sounded woolly and muddy. And that's just words people use to describe something that's not crisp and like crackly and dirty. It's more of like a muted sound, but maybe that's what you want. So I'm just saying what it is. I can't say if that's good or bad. To me, it's bad. I just said I can't say that. It's not what I like, but maybe you like that. Maybe you're using this as a jazz guitar and that's perfect. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. The trem is really stiff, and I don't know if that's something you can adjust. I don't know if it's just this one. I mentioned earlier, I've only I didn't say that, but I've only ever played one other Bigsby licensed guitar, and it was a Gretsch, and it had a Bigsby, and I don't remember being that stiff, but maybe that's just, it's been years, so I don't really remember. Let me know in the comments. Are Bigsbys tight? Are they always stiff? Is that a thing? Let me know how I don't know what I'm talking about, more about things. I'm learning with you. This is why I like discovering these new guitars. Oh, price is good. Last time I checked on the site, £299 in the UK, and then that's like $350 US, €350 Euro. I'm just rounding up. Canadian, I don't know, that would be like $4,000. No, probably $450 or something like that. Maybe closer to 500. Check their site. Click on it from your computer, and then you can see the price, because I can't tell you what the price is going to be because I don't know where you are. And that's how it works. I think the Hartwood name is good. I like that name and logo, and I like the headstock. And I know that's important to some people. I don't really care, but a lot of people do, so I thought I'd point it out. I think it's cool, because there are some bad names and some bad headstocks and stuff that people won't buy because of it. I don't think that would be a limiting factor in getting one of these. And like I said, I don't really care. You can get them direct. They're on Gear for Music's website. I have an affiliate link. If you click on that, I get a percentage, and supports them, supports my channel. So if you do like it, check it out. Let me know. If you do try one and you get one, let me know what you think. Again, this is just one of, how many did they make? 18 billion? I don't know. This one's good. And yeah, I can say I recommend this one. If you're in the market for this kind of guitar, this kind of price, and you know, don't have like crazy high expectations, maybe. But I think it exceeded my expectations because I didn't have any. So if you don't have any expectations, I was just looking at the visuals when I saw the picture of it on the website. I'm like, that looks pretty nice and blue. And yeah, it turned out fine. So it's good. Yep. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment for Gear for Music. Thank them for sending this over. And if you want to see more of their guitars, let me know, or let them know. Say, hey, Landon is a good guy and he does guitar things on the internet. Send him more guitars. Just don't stutter like I do when you write the email, because that'll look weird when you're writing it. Be like space, comma, yeah. Okay, that's where we end it. Again, thanks to Gear for Music for sending it over. Check it out, Hartwood guitars. This one especially, right? Close up. As always, play guitar and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.